Hello, and welcome back to another Top 5 Anime list. Last time we discussed the top 5 anime openings, however this time is going to be a bit more grim. Today we take a look at the top 5 anime deaths. A further warning, this video will have the most heart-wrenching death scenes to ever be aired in anime history. If you have crippling depression or are sensitive to suicide and other forms of mental destruction, I highly recommend you turn away from this video now, but thanks for stopping by anyways. But for the few with hearts made out of stone, I gladly present the top 5 saddest anime death scenes of all time. So grab your tissues and your waifu body pillow. And as always, enjoy the list. At number 5, we have the infamous DW vs Arthur fight scene. After Arthur had finished his final project on the advanced model of the airplane design that Arthur had been working on for weeks and weeks on end, DW made the grave mistake of accidentally breaking Arthur's masterpiece creation. Arthur had been awestruck by what his fellow friend had done to his work. He became corrupted, if you will, and has had enough of DW's childish behavior. And in such blind fury he struck down DW with his mighty strength and blinded rage, which, sadly, ended her life instantaneously.
It didn't fly for 1 second. It's not my fault if you made a plane that can't fly.
I told you not to touch it!
At number 4, we have the depressing 9/11 crash scene from the Roblox anime. In this scene, Michael P. was casually climbing up the impossibly tall Twin Towers, trying to reach the top. His intentions are unclear to the viewers, but fans of the show speculate that he worked in the building and was trying to reach his office floor. But I digress. Michael was reaching towards the top of the building, but, as almost everyone knows, or at least should know of, one of the airplanes struck down one of the towers, with Michael inside, resulting in a painful, bloody death. At number 3, we have the unfortunate scene of the car crash of 2003, Season 3, Episode 10 of The Fairly Odd Parents. This is possibly one of the saddest episodes of the entire Fairly Odd Parents series. In this episode, the biological father of Timmy Turner has lost his job as a pencil pusher and has gone into a deep, soulless-like, depressive state. Timmy wants to help his depressed father, however in such of an act, it resulted in his father's fiery, painful death. Timmy had wished for his father to get any occupation he desired. In selfless act, however, his father made the ignorant decision, wanting to be a professional race car driver. However, his father did not have the proper training and experience to be such a dangerous occupation. During a grand race, he was distracted by his own son and looked away from the road, and crashed like a meteor to the Earth's soil, and was crushed and brought to a crisp death.
For me! Hi, Timmy! Look at my coolness!
At number 2, we have the depressing suicide of Santa Claus on the more recent pyro-cynical show. At first this episode was a light-hearted humorous Christmas special, with laughter in the air, and joy throughout the land. But, this jolly holiday would soon turn into one of the most devastating moments in anime history. Santa Claus was a featured guest on the pyro-cynical show, for a holly jolly Christmas special. However, someone in the crowd did not enjoy the presence of good old Saint Nick, and asked Santa to end his life, for his Christmas present. Everyone had hoped he would have ignored this request, but alas. Like the saint he was, he kept his promise of giving joy to all, even the sinister. And in the result of the request, he pulled out one of his numerous weapons of self-defense, and pulled the trigger at his very own skull.
Dolan Dark says, "Your death."
We have some honorable mentions for the fallen. If you haven't cried at least 69 times by this point, you really do not have any kind of soul. The first honorable mention we have is the Squid Girl from the anime Splatoon. During one of the episodes, the character Squid Boy was enjoying himself too much, and accidentally spreading his love juices all over the Squid Girl's body, resulting in her to want to take her own life. And for our final mention, we have the suicide of Kermit the Frog, aka Joel's biological father. After getting into a fight with his girlfriend, and threatening to take his own home, Kermit can't take the abuses in his life anymore, and sadly, hung himself in his own living room.
I am done with that fucking frog. I am so oh, I forgot my fucking phone. Son of a bitch. What? Oh my god. What the fuck?
And finally, but absolutely not least, we have the saddest anime death of all time. If you need to leave to wring out your damp body pillow, then go and do that before watching the following clip, but if you have the strength to continue on, then you have been warned. And finally at number 1, we have the death of Shrek. In this incredibly depressing scene, we have Shrek laying on the ground, gasping for breath as his life is slowly being taken away from him by the Rumpelstiltskin, the antagonist of the film, who hated Shrek for saving Princess Fiona from Lord Farquaad, and eventually tricked our protagonist into signing a contract that would turn him into a human for a day, but in return he would die later on, and the Rumpelstiltskin would be the ruler of far, far away land. However, the little man's plan would fail and he would be captured, but Shrek still had signed the contract, and his life was at second's end. Before passing away he wished his wife, Fiona, farewell and kissed her goodbye. In the words of a wise man, I quote, "Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Farewell Shrek, you will be missed." This has been the saddest anime deaths of all time. If you need mental assistance after watching this video, then please, call this number 917-512-6842. I hope you enjoy this list, consider subscribing unless if you're a little bitch. And like this video, please, I'm hungry. Now fuck off, I found a little girl all by herself in the men's room. If you'll excuse me.